I am entering my monogamous era with my planner. Please respect our privacy at this difficult time. I've decided it's time, you know? Time to stop treating my planners like some kind of, I don't know, situationships and actually just use one for what it's intended for, to organize my thoughts and my tasks in a single place and take the load off of my brain to have to remember it all. Listen, I played the Planner Hunger Games for years, and all I got was broke and broken. Tasks slipped and appointments were missed, and my goals never got a fair shake because I was too busy looking for a perfect spread instead of building an action list. So, everyone, meet Planelope. She's an Erin Condren life planner, and she is my command center for 2026. And listen, before we get any further, I want to acknowledge something really important. Committing to one single planner for an entire year is not for the faint of heart. This is not some cute little challenge I came up with. It is not a quirky New Year's resolution, and it is not just another YouTube series designed to pull in clicks, because this is my life. This is my heroine's journey. This will be me standing in a stationery aisle, drenched in sweat, whispering to myself, "Don't do it, Dakota. You don't even like horizontal spreads." So let's talk about why the One Planner Challenge is happening, why it's kind of completely unhinged that I'm even trying it, and why I think this is actually going to change my entire life. We are not going to talk about the fact that Hawk is out there with his squeaky ball that he got for Christmas, and if you can hear it, I apologize. But, you know, it's his house too, and I'm not going to take his toys away just because I'm filming. Look, if you are anything like me, ADHD, spoony, a little burnt, a little chaotic, then you know that planners are not just stationary supplies. They are coping mechanisms. They're fantasies. They are our comfort objects. And that's kind of why we planner hop, because it's basically adult peekaboo. If I can't see the overwhelm, it can't see me. If I close the A5 closes its eyes too. That's just science. If I buy a new notebook, the old notebook is no longer allowed to judge me. If I pick a fresh layout, then the previous 6 weeks of unused pages never happened. It's planner amnesia, and sometimes it's just survival. But also, let's get really real here for a second. Sometimes it's just self-sabotage in a cute cover. Because ADHD loves novelty. We love the rush of a new layout. We love the smell of new paper. And we love the fantasy of, oh, this is the planner that is going to fix my life. That dopamine rush is legend, wait for it, dairy. It is our version of New Year's fireworks. But what comes after the fireworks? Smoke and ash. The sound of your neighbor screaming at her husband in the driveway. And that is planner burnout. And spoonies get it even harder, because the second our energy dips or life hits us with a flare-up or depression or brain fog, our planner pages just turn into a historical record of everything we didn't do. And at that point, it becomes easier to abandon the planner and start over than to deal with all the empty weeks of shame. It is planner perfectionism disguised as coping. But here's the plot twist. The big reveal. The thing I am finally starting to realize after collecting planners like frickin' Pokemon. The problem has never been the planner. The problem has been my lack of loyalty. And this is not about minimalism. I mean, do I look like a minimalist? No. One of these days I'm going to actually show you my planner graveyard, and we're going to talk about my inability to be a minimalist. This is also not even about over-consumerism in the planner space, although we've talked about that before, and we're going to talk about it again in a second. No, all of this is about pushing through when things get hard. This is about allowing my planner to become a marital level commitment, not a situationship that gets ghosted after 3 weeks. It is about treating my planner like a tool, not like an aesthetic accessory that gets changed up every couple weeks. My planner is not a pair of earrings. Earrings do not hold the fate of all of my appointments and my deadlines and my intrusive thoughts. Your planner is not a pair of earrings. Your planner is life support. Your planner is an emergency manual, and it cannot and should not be swapped out just because a new cover drops on Instagram. Since we are here now, let's take just a minute to talk about the overconsumption of it all. I promise I won't go too deep into it because, like I said, I talk about it a lot, but it is very real and it's very ugly and it is in our faces all the time. I'm sorry, but it's weird that it is socially acceptable to have a stack of planners that rivals the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Compartmentalizing is great and it works beautifully for some people, but 10, 12, 15 planners every day? Babe, you are so busy touching your planners that you don't have time to live your life. You are planning to plan. You are planning as content. And that's great if that's your gig. But I think you have a responsibility to your audience, and you need to be honest with them and yourself about what you're really doing. Because what you're doing is selling planners. You're selling covers, you're selling stickers and washi tape. You are selling a fantasy to a group of people desperate to buy the narrative, not necessarily the actual paper. Because no one knows better than I do that buying the planners gives us the illusion of having our shit together. That fantasy that the next one is the one that is going to organize my thoughts into nice, tidy rows, and the planner stacks are going to look freaking gorgeous on my desk. They're going to look beautiful in an Instagram post. They're going to look aspirational in a flat lay, but they don't actually fix anything. And what do we do when we get overwhelmed and overstimulated? We do the one thing that we absolutely should not do. We shop, we scroll, we hunt, we chase the feeling that a new notebook is a new life. And influencers spoon feed us that shit like we're toddlers. Open up for the airplane, baby. Here's the new product drop. So this year, if you see me so much as look at another planner, you need to slap it out of my hand. I'm serious. I need squad supervision, and I need you to hit that like button if you haven't yet. If I post a haul in March, I need you to intervene. If I show up with a Hobonichi on this channel, come arrest me. If you see a nostalgia in the background of my video, that's super on brand and it's probably gonna happen. I am who I am. Look, what I really want, and what I think a lot of us really want, is to prove to myself that I can make a plan, stick to the plan, and execute the plan without ever opening my wallet. I want to show myself who is in charge here. I want to prove that the chaos gremlin inside of me is not the one in control anymore. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely want him along for the ride. I mean, I love him. I love my chaos gremlin. But the bitch gets to hang out in the back seat. He can stim and he can bounce up and down and he can spill goldfish crackers all over the floor, but he is not allowed to drive. He is not allowed to navigate. He is not allowed to choose the planner, the layout, the system, or the music. This year, my chaos gremlin is the toddler and I am the adult running the show. And we're starting pretty small. One planner, one system, one commitment, just one home for my brain. And if I can do that, if I can stick with Planelope for the whole year, then I think I can do anything. I think maybe I could start building routines without hating them. I think I could actually get back to following through on projects. And I really think that I can reduce the mental load that crushed me in 2025. So this challenge, it's not about perfection, because perfection isn't even real. It's also not about beautiful spreads or fancy calligraphy or decoration or minimalism or having less stuff. It's not even about saving money, although holy hell, that's gonna happen anyway. This challenge is about trusting myself. It's about trusting a system. And it's about letting something be good enough. Letting things be a little boring sometimes. Letting stability feel safe instead of suffocating. And honestly, I'm excited. I'm scared because I've never forced myself to do this before. But I think that's the kind of energy that this challenge needs. I need to be a little bit afraid of it because overcoming that fear is what's going to move me forward in every area of my life. Because at the end of the day, the One Planner Challenge isn't even really about planners. It's about self-trust and self-respect. and abandoning that cycle of abandon and reset, because that just keeps us all exhausted and broke and discouraged every single year. So who's with me? Who is willing to step out of the fear and the FOMO and join me in the One Planner Challenge? Pick your ride or die. Decorate it or don't. Give it a name. Come to the dark side. We have caffeine and washi tape. If you are willing to take this challenge with me, leave me a comment and let me know you're in. Tell me which planner system you believe you can stick with for 365 days. Let's kick capitalism and consumerism right in the nutsack. And let's dance with the one that brought us. Can we do it? I have no idea, but we are certainly going to have some fun trying. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please don't forget to smash all those YouTube buttons for me and leave me a comment below and let me know if you're in. Let me know what planner you're choosing because I can't wait to get started. I love you so much and I will see you next time. Bye.